Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Restart podcast. Hey, I'm so happy you're back this week, and I hope that you're having a wonderful start to your week. And I hope that you're ready to restart your life in whatever area you feel that you just need to start over because we all need to start over at some point, whether it be with our careers, our relationships. But today, I want to talk about adult friendships because I know that I cannot be the only one who seems to be struggling right now in this area. And I feel like I have been for a really long time because friendships are hard enough, right? I mean, it's really difficult as you go through your childhood, especially into your middle school and high school years, and you're trying to figure out who's your real friend, who's being fake to your face, who's talking about you as soon as you walk away, who's got your back when you're not there. And it becomes this game, right? When we're teenagers, when we're growing up, we're like, do they like us today or do they not? Are they mad at us today or are they not? Do we do something to offend them? You know, you trying to figure out the other person and what may be the rhyme or reason that they've chosen to ignore you this time, right? But when we are adults, it's it's even harder to make and keep friendships. And I know this personally because I'm going through this as we speak, and I have been for about the last 10 years. I would say, I had really solid friendships, or so I thought, going into my 30s, into my mid 30s. And I had a group of women that we all used to hang out together. We would take yearly girls' trips together. We would laugh and share our life stories, and share motherhood and just seasons of life that we were in. But as I got into my late 30s up until now, into my mid 40s, I just realized today in my therapy session that I don't have anyone that I can go to as a true friend. As an adult woman, I currently have no one that I can call a friend. And I remember when I was a child growing up, I would hear the saying, by the time you get to 70, if you have five people, just five, that you consider a friend, you are beyond blessed. You are one of the luckiest people out here. And when you're that young, you're like, yeah, right, whatever. Like I'm going to have a whole slew of people who love me and have my back and I'm going to, be in their little group, but it's true. Like when you get older, you realize that to a fault and you're like, oh my gosh, I really don't even know if I have five true, real life, good, solid friends, right? Who are going to take up for me and defend me in my absence. So, what I'm finding as an adult woman now is that a lot of female friendships specifically, I cannot speak for a man, but I'm sure it happens with men as well. But a lot of female friendships are very transactional. And what I mean by that is it's like if you do something for me, then I'll do something for you, right? If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If you buy my book, or if you promote me on your social page, then I'm going to make sure that you get a free copy, right? Or I'm going to make sure that I promote your page on my next live. Or if you buy my product, then I'm going to give you a cut of it, a percentage of it. And it happens a lot more than you actually think because adults sometimes are still hurting, still broken, and they haven't healed from the people who they thought were friends in their childhood, they haven't healed that disappointment. They haven't healed that hurt. They haven't healed that pain. And they don't realize that they're carrying that over into the friendships that they try to make as adults, because a lot of times we tend to pass our trauma off on other people. So, for instance, if a person doesn't like themselves, then what ends up happening is they try to project that dislike of themselves onto other people in the form of insecurities and judgment and criticism and flaws. So, a better example would be like if you have a sibling that is just in a really bad place mentally and they don't like themselves, then they will tend to criticize you and your endeavors, what you're trying to do, who you're trying to become, what you're trying to pursue, the career path that you're trying to take, because they are carrying that trauma. They've never confronted it. They've never gone to therapy about it. They've never spoke about it and admitted openly that that is a problem. So they tend to project that dislike onto others. And in this sense, friendships tend to be the same way. So if someone had a very difficult time making friends as a child, they're going to walk into adulthood believing that no one likes them, that they can't get someone to be their friend. They kind of have this energy they put out into the universe of, well, no one's going to like me anyway. So why should I try to be liked? It's really crazy how subconsciously our brain tries to go out searching for things that we believe is true. If you walk out your door each day and you say, no one's acts like they want to talk to me, then subconsciously you will give off that vibe that no one wants to talk to you because you seem unapproachable. You seem angry. You seem like you want to be left alone. Whether you intend to project that or not, that is the energy that you are putting out into the world, right? So I think we have to take a step back as adult women, and we have to understand that we don't know what other people are thinking, right? We don't know unless we sit down and ask and have a general conversation with them. And a lot of times you still don't know because most people won't even open up, at least in the first initial couple of conversations. So we have to give people grace. We have to give people benefit of a doubt and realize that we don't know their past, just like they don't know our past. But if you're in a group or you're at a job or you're in some kind of a function or, say any kind of an event where you're trying to make new friends, approach it with a open heart. Approach it with a tender attitude, because becoming a friend as an adult is very hard. It is time consuming. It takes work. It takes energy and effort. And, as grown folks, we tend to put out so much of our energy into other things, and friendships kind of take the last place, right? Because we think, well, they're not that important, but you don't realize that until you are actually alone and you actually wish that somebody would call you, but there's no one calling, or you wish that you had someone you could call, but then you quickly realize that you don't have that either. So friendships need to be taken more seriously, and we need to work more on trying to understand each other better, understand people's backgrounds and where they came from and why they are the way they are, why they react the way they do. And I think It's not impossible to make friends as an adult, but we have to make it a priority, right? We can restart our beliefs around friendships and know that everything that's worthwhile takes work and it takes patience and it takes time. And like the old saying says, if you have a few good friends, a few good people that you can call friends, you are so blessed. So remember that it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So my suggestions would be to find people that share a lot of your same values, a lot of your same beliefs, people that have the same interest as you, people that you admire, you respect, that you feel that you can bounce ideas off of, and people that stimulate your thinking, people that keep you engaged in conversation, people that make you laugh, people that teach you things of value. And when you're with them, and you leave them, you feel refreshed. You don't feel drained. You don't feel weighed down. You don't feel misunderstood or judged. You feel accepted. And you feel like, man, this person gets me. I don't know how, but they get me. That is really the true test of a real friendship, is walking away feeling better than you did when you got with them, right? So don't be afraid to restart friendships, guys. It does take work as an adult, but it is so worth it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this pod has helped you out in some way. And if it has, I would so appreciate it if you would share it with a friend, family member, or loved one. And also leave me a review. That really helps get my podcast out into the world. And I'll see you guys next time.